He said he wanted to do a segment on the SFSC, which I thought stood for Super Friendly Sauna Convention. I've been going to it for years, but I was wrong. It stands for Special Forces Sniper Course. It's open only to the Army's best of the best, like the Rangers, Green Berets, and Delta Force. And Red Eye regular Terry Shepard recently spent 9 weeks at the school in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and he passed. Terry, first of all, I got to ask you, I think what's amazing is the progress that has been made in sniping, in the science of sniping.
So to speak.
Yes, yes. What was the furthest shot you made? And I know sniping isn't an actual word.
Well, yeah, it was shooting. Well, first of all, you know the instructor. Let me just thank the instructors there too, because they were great. They're like, these are the best of the best. If they were to take a knucklehead like me, who doesn't really have a lot of sniping experience, I do mostly close-in stuff. So like, these guys were able to take me, and in a pretty short amount of time, I was able to shoot 4-inch clay pigeons at probably like 830, 840 meters. That's really far.
That's like 500 football fields, right?
It's about 1,000 football fields. It's actually on another planet. And I was able to figure out. No, things have really changed.
So I mean, let's say, Bill, we're on 48th Street. You're talking. You could shoot Bill straight between the eyes on like maybe 15th Street.
It's pretty up there, yeah.
I mean, if you got on the roof of here, you could take him out.
Well, figure it out this way. It's almost 830 is at least 900 something yards, 920 yards, so 9 football fields down. You can, and that's just not because I'm good, because I was probably the worst one. I want to thank my partner, because we always operate in 2-man teams on the sniper thing. So it was me and my partner Dave. I'll leave his last name unspoken. He was great, a young kid from North Carolina, and I was always stressing out, going, man, I suck, I'm the worst one here. And he'd just do this real calm Southern. He'd go, it'll buff. That's what he said.
Greg never lets me say my partner's last name either.
Well, that's different, Bill.
It's a privacy issue.
I want to go. We have a picture I want to talk to you about. Do we have the first picture? All right. So this is in your camouflage.
That's called a ghillie suit.
A ghillie suit.
A ghillie suit, named after actually a Scottish word after the guys who were herding the sheep. They were called ghillies or something, and you look like a shrub basically.
Yeah.
So, and that was, by the way, at Fort Bragg in July, August. It was 108 degrees. I thought I was going to die a bunch of times because.
Stop whining. Tell me about.
Dude, Gutfeld just told me to stop whining.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, it's 120-degree weather. Oh, shut up! I do 2 shows a day. All right.
That's, by the way, thank you for putting it in perspective.
I can't
believe I went that way.
Now I know why they call it Fort Bragg.
Remember how stale the bagels were in the green room for the 5?
And that day that our Blackberries went out.
I cannot believe I actually really went that.
Yeah, boy. You know what? I want to talk about that stuff. When you're dressed up like that, isn't that called fieldcraft or something like that?
Yeah, that's part of they break it down into different phases too. There's like a sort of a shooting phase where we do a lot of range with a lot of different weapon systems. Then there's the fieldcraft phase where that involves what's called stalking. So we get into that get up and we have to do cross-country movement to get close to an objective. And then when we pinpoint it, we've got to sneak up like that and be able to take like a final shot. So. And they're looking for you. They know you're out there.
Do they train you to actually, a lot of the stalking here, we have some tape, I think, also somewhere around there, which you can show. I'm tired of looking at these 2 guys, frankly. Wow, how easy is it for them just standing around looking like a tree?
Just a couple of bushes.
Yeah, what happens, do they train you to go, say, practice this craft, and it is a craft, in the city?
Funny you should ask. Actually, one of the reasons why it's almost 9-week course now.
Yeah.
It's longer than it used to be, and the reason is we've added a major urban component to it.
Really?
Yeah, we really have. Because if you think about the last 10 years,
it's actually going to be like being inside of a video game, I would imagine.
Well, except that really it's hot and uncomfortable, and you kind of
enough of the whining, like I said.
No, I'm not going to whine about it. It was warm.
What does the city look like?
They have these. When we were training, they have like a mock-up. It looks like a real city, and we had to sneak in in the dark, find a place to hold up in, identify a target in the city, and then take a final shot. We have to set up a hide site.
This sounds like every one of my Saturday nights.
Yeah, it does. I'm telling you.
Come into the bar.
Yeah.
Lurk.
You know what we're going to do, Dan? Next week we're going to have you on, and I'm going to do a guest segment on you playing your video games.
Yeah. I'm like, it was so bad.
Yeah.
My landlord knocked for the rent. So then I ducked and crawled back into my room, killed the light.
Yeah. And you rolled into a porn break. And you rolled out of the porn break.
That's for me. That's troop morale.
Yeah, exactly. I got to ask you though, in terms of being able to improve your shooting, they use ballistic software now. Explain a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's another thing that takes us from a certain level to a higher level rather quickly. There's this little PDA. It's like a ruggedized Palm Pilot thing, and it's got this ballistic computer. You put in the atmospheric data, barometric pressure, all that kind of stuff. You also put on this gun data on the kind of weapon you're using, the round, all that kind of stuff. There's certain things you do too. You quote, it's on the screen right now. We true the weapon at certain ranges, and by the time we're done with that process and we take one of these shots, I mean, it's incredibly accurate. But it's also, there's an art to this, and that you have to be able to have a guy with you who's calling the wins. The guy behind the gun's shooting. That's technically the easy part. The tougher part's the guy saying where the. You look bored, I'm telling you.
No. I was just thinking about how often when I'm walking behind Bill, I'm calling the wins. Hey,
Mexican day at the cafeteria.
You know, you brought a couple of your targets.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't want to. There was, as you know, there's a guy walking around. His name's Bob Schultz.
Yeah.
And he looks a lot like Bill Schultz. And what we tried to do with some of the finest snipers in the world, we were practicing trying to shoot Bob Schultz. And what we noticed is that all the rounds as they were coming in would veer off. It's literally impossible to hit this guy. I don't know why it was.
For those of you at home, don't try to disprove this theory. Can't emphasize that enough. I'm unlisted, by the way.
I got to move on. Is there any realistic sniper movies?
Oh man, I can't really think of any right off.
Well, I can. It's Shooter.
Shooter's the best movie ever made.
Mark Wahlberg is a god.
On our show, Mark.
I think probably Enemy at the Gates is probably pretty good.
Really?
I just want to thank
one.
Can I thank my instructors too, Jay and Corey. They were very patient. They took an idiot like me and got me through the course. So it was great.
Whatever. I'm an idiot. This is a guy who told me he was going to flunk, and I knew you were going to make it through, you jerk. All right. Good job. Time to take a break. When we return, more stuff, just the kind you like.